Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Sammy from Angel Craft Art, and in today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different, so I need to give you a little bit of a backstory. So originally I wanted to continue the chess figure series, but then we have pouring rain the last few days and my cold porcelain couldn't dry, so I cannot make a video right in time if I still use my cold porcelain clay. So I had to think a lot about to come up with an idea what I could do other than that clay. So I have this scrap leather pieces. They are very tiny scrap leather pieces because I bought leather and that shop sent me some, yeah, the scrap pieces for samples maybe, so I buy more. But for me, of course, I'm gonna use this for craftings. And then I'm gonna use my polymer clay that I didn't touch for a long time. Because this have not to dry in the air, I just have to bake it and it will basically cure. So it's a fast project. My idea is I want to make some earrings and keychains. I don't really come up with a design right now. I'm still thinking about it, but then I'm gonna use the polymer clay to make some beads because I don't have beads that are big enough to put like a very thick leather string through it. So that's why I have to customize my beads, and I think it's a fun project to do that. So I have some scrap clay pieces here, which I'm gonna use, of course. Everything scrap. Love it. I don't really know what kind of design to do with, but yeah, I'm just gonna maybe do some marbles or something like that. And yeah, first I want to make rainbow beads, just so we have a rainbow, and then I can make other things. I think I'm just gonna make them like simple beads. I think like a bead, little ball with a hole inside. That's all, I guess. Here I'm making some marble beads, so all I do is taking 2 or 3 colors and then making it into rolls and just combine them, scroll them, and making them into beads like so. So this one I want to try to make a longer one. I use this poke stick to make it, and then I gave it some texture, some decorations. So I only make one of this longer. I don't know why, but it came out quite pretty. And then here I'm making a multicolor flower, which then I'm gonna sew on the leather later on. That's why I'm poking holes into every single petal. And then last I needed to make a skeleton bead because I don't know, I like skeletons, and it was quite easy. Again, I used this poke stick and then just making the skeleton face features, and then bake into the oven at 135 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, and then I give it some paint and ready to use. Here you can see me stenciling the shape of the teardrop on a red leather scrap piece. Then I'm cutting it out and cutting the inside using an X-Acto knife, and then I have my teardrop shape, and I'm doing the same on the green one. I think I'm gonna glue them. I want to make a hole right here, so then you can dangle things from here. So now I'm gonna mark where I want the hole to be. Okay, and I'm gonna use my puncher. Wish me luck. And then I'm going to give him ice. I have this ice here. Okay, tight and tight. And now I'm going to punchy this here. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna try my best. Glue. Based on the instructions of the glue, you should to put the glue on both sides and then let it dry for 10 or 20 minutes and then press both parts together. I did it that way and it worked perfectly. Then I used some paper clips to press them until they are strong combined, and it worked. After both parts stick together, I trimmed the edges using a scissor and then I sanded them down, but I didn't record it. And now I just have to add the little accessory, the dangling beads, but this is optional. If you don't want to do that, then just leave it. Now to attach the actual earring part, I poked a hole into the upper part of the earrings and I'm attaching 2 jump rings so that the earring will face the front. And there you have it, the earrings, leather earrings. So now I'm making the keychains. Here I'm making 3 keychains actually, but they are the same model, so I just put them into one part of this video section. So I'm making this thin cuts using an eraser and an X-Acto knife, but you can use scissors. Then I'm gluing at the top and gluing leather thread or rope into it. And then I'm attaching this jump ring and just binding around the leather piece so it has like a handle. I cannot really explain. And then I just put on the beads. This one I used my rainbow colored beads. Now I'm making basically the same thing but with this purple leather scrap piece, but I cut all the way through and I'm waxing them so there are like more like actual strings, not not the skirt. It's attaching the beads, and then again I'm putting the beads on some of the strings and using my leather rope again and combining them. Also here I used some glue, I didn't record it I think, to make the leather strings very attached and not falling apart, and I'm just binding and making a knot. I'm repeating this process one more time and I'm making this dangling thing again. Attach the jump ring, but this time I'm using the skeleton and the long bead I made before. So I have basically 3 of these keychains but with different designs and different beads and colors. Now for the last keychain, I used the inner part of the earrings and punched a hole, glue them together. Same process as the earrings. And now I use this flower bead that I made before. I'm cutting out a scrap piece of leather like this, punching some holes, which is not that easy. And now I'm starting to sew the flower onto the leather piece using waxed thread, I think. Yeah, and just going through the holes on the petals and then into the middle hole and repeating the process all over. And then again, I'm using some beads. I'm attaching the beads using this wax thread to make some dangling things again. I don't know, I just like it if a keychain has more things and beads which are dangling around. So yeah, and that's all. And then at last I'm just attaching the little teardrop thing, and that's all. So this is it, all the leather scrap pieces that I made for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know this is something new. I know that you're usually here for clay stuff. Hope you still enjoyed it, and maybe it gives you some idea what you can use out of scrap leather, or anything else. Like basically whatever you have at home, you can use it and you can make something beautiful out of it. Just be creative and create something. Hope you enjoy watching it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.